Hello and welcome back to Everybody Loves Raiken, our 5th edition live play that meets Tuesday nights. Last time we entered the second session of combat in the final battle against the children of Tiamat. The battle for the heart of Amaranta, which will decide the fates of the heroes and their world. They are winding down a 10-year campaign, and it's definitely bittersweet. As we rolled through initiative last time, things initially looked kind of challenging, let's say, as Bala the Green Dragon was definitely giving at least as good as she was getting to Raiken, even while others were helping whittle down her HP, and Shasharin, the Black Dragon, child of Tiamat, terrified of once again losing her life to a bearer of the armor of Bahamut, unleashed a massive acid blast, hoping to take out a large portion of the party. She only managed to hit the champion of Bahamut, unfortunate for her, but she did a decent chunk of damage to Yukikaze and Laramendis with her second blast of acid. Excuse me. And so things were looking a little rough until Yukikaze decided to take Vendar's plan to jam a bundle of dynamite down Carasoth's throat and implement it on Shasharin instead. He had to roll pretty darn good to get it in her teeth, but managed to do so. And now Shasharin is very poorly. She is past bloodied, she is oozing acid on the field, and she is perhaps even more manic than she has been. So things are starting to appear to turn around for the party as we head into the end of round 3. We're going to be starting with Jebel, so now I should be able to open the initiative order and remove the word start. There we go. And Jebel, I will remind you, and because I forgot last time, I'm going to have to implement a small penalty against Yukikaze, though it's my fault. I remind you and Yukikaze that you are frightened of the dragon because Bala used her draconic menacing presence.
That applies to all dragons, not just Bala? I thought
it applies to all of your attacks, no matter who they're against, as long as you can see Bala.
Didn't you put Shasharin between him and Bala so he couldn't?
He did not, no.
No, I suggest
you did suggest that, but it did not happen.
But Bala is more toward my back, isn't Bala?
I mean, there is no facing in D&D, so you're able to see her. All this means is, I'm not retconning anything. It just means that you will take the Frighten on your next turn. And I'm not giving you the roll against it right now. You'll be able to roll to end it at the end of your next turn, so we're just shifting your Frighten by 1 turn, okay?
Okay.
So
it would have been a lot harder to hit that.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
It's not necessarily your fault. I also should have remembered, but it is a lot to keep track of.
Well, for the fear thing, I thought it was the creature that did the fear, not all.
Nope. The exact wording is that you are at disadvantage for all skill checks and ability and attack rolls, as long as the source of fear is within your line of sight. I think it's like as long as you can see it. So it's just, as long as she's there, you're afraid and you're bad at things. That's what it means. So that is what it means for Jebel. Jebel, you're afraid right now. So you're at disadvantage to do things this turn, but at the end of your turn, you can try to roll against the fear again.
Okay.
So, Jeb, you are out there. You are here. You polymorphed, you wild-shaped. You're large now. What did you become?
Air elemental.
Air elemental. Okay. So, you are an air elemental. It is your turn. You are under the effect of fear, because Ball is right over there, and Carasoth is way above, so not blocking your line of sight to her.
Going for... So... I'm gonna hit Shisharan with some more lightning.
Okay. Now, that's a saving throw on her part, right?
Yes, that is a... Let me just... Dexterity save.
Alright, that is a 26.
Well, she saves, so she takes 12 lightning damage, or whatever it is.
12 lightning damage?
Yeah.
Okay. Still find my way. We are properly streaming. Wendon is there. Hello. There we go. He said that with the save, she takes 12 points of lightning.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, pushing her further along in bloodied. Okay. So she doesn't have any legendary actions left, so where would you like to end your turn?
And remember that you can't go north, because
Right.
that would bring you closer to Bala.
Yes, you cannot get closer to Bala.
That's correct. I see I'm still hasted, so I'm trying to figure out what can I do with my second action.
Okay.
Are not an awful lot of things.
Because you can't get closer to Bala, you can't get closer to Shishar. You can't move north, so you can't get within melee range of Shisharan either, because you're one square too far away. What can the, actually, does the air elemental have a reach attack?
No, it's all 5 feet.
Oh well.
Can you use a cantrip?
Not with a hasted action.
Can't cast spells, which includes cantrips.
Take the dodge action.
You could take the dodge action. Or you could hide.
Oh yeah, because you're invisible.
Dodge action, I'm still, I think, haste already gives the benefits of dodge, doesn't it?
It doesn't.
Some of them. So, like, yeah, well, you're invisible and hasted, so dodge doesn't do anything that you don't already have.
Yeah.
Except
Oh, yeah.
against things that have true seeing.
But regardless, you can't take dodge anyways, 'cause it's not part of the haste action.
It's not?
Oh, it's not? I
Nope,
thought it
it's
was.
dash, disengage, hide, use an object.
Ah,
No.
that's hilarious.
And the single attack.
All right then.
Okay.
My mistake.
Mine too.
Seemed reasonable.
Yep.
So, you could try hiding, I guess.
Yeah, I'll hide.
Or you could move laterally. Or both.
Nah, I'll just hide.
Okay. You hide. let's
Oh
see.
yeah, and the lightning didn't come from you; it came from the sky. So there isn't the need to attack and then move and then hide kind of thing, so that people can't just be
Yeah.
like, "Well, this is
That
this is where
one's
the fireball came from.
easier to conceal.
I'm gonna eat that."
Just gonna check, because Carasoth did just have his turn, which means he's got all his legendary actions left.
Yes, too many legendaries. It's too many. By like 4. I know they usually get 3. That's why it's 4 too many.
Because he's above you, he'd have to, like, wing attack just to get over to you. See, I was, like, okay with letting everybody fly, because then I figured I wouldn't have to deal with the 3D nature of the battlefield, but I'm still kind of dealing with it, because certain things want to just go way above.
Yeah.
Like, dragons that are just dropping elements below them.
Carasoth?
What?
How high is Carasoth flying?
I didn't really... I just knew it was high enough that, probably at least 60 feet in the air, I think, because I think Raiken was like 30 feet in the air-ish, and he needed to pass over 30 feet above, and we rolled the die to see if he did, and so he was at least 30 feet above Raiken.
Okay.
Just say... I guess for argument's sake, we'll say these 60 feet in the air. How high up were you there?
I think I was basically just above where the wall was, because I think I was just high enough that I could make sure that I saw Bala, because I cast the spell at her. I don't think I was particularly high in the air.
Make sure I click on the one that says Legacy whenever I want to look something up.
Yep. Great.
I think he's just going to use his legendary action to wing attack and rise up another half. 45 feet. So put him up at 105. I'm really trying not to have to keep track of those heights, but I'm going to get screwed.
As soon as somebody's able to restrain Carasoth.
Whee! Okay. So that makes it Laramenda's turn.
Okay. For my turn, I have action and hasted action, right?
You have
Or
action.
bonus action and hasted. Hasted
you have
action
one
and
of the
other
three
thing.
and hasted action because
Okay,
of
cool.
the days
Don't
from
forget.
the thunder shock of the dynamite going off, close to you.
Yeah, so I'm going to disengage and move out of the soon-to-be lightninged zone.
Ah, good move, good move. I was hoping I'd get you. How far can you go, and how far do you want to go, and where do you want it to be? Yeah, 60.
Yes, I would have 60, because double movement from haste.
Wait.
Hmm?
Okay, so disengage with one, move with the other. Yes.
Yes, yeah, disengage with
The hasted action.
hasted action.
And then move with regular.
Move with regular action.
Makes sense. Yes, that works. There was just this moment where I was like, you're disengaging, so you're moving. It's like, wait, those aren't the same action.
Yeah.
Alright, so straight back, a little angly, maybe down away from Carasoth, I don't know.
I think down away from Carasoth.
Straight down, all the way.
Sure. I think that's fine.
Hey.
And that is my turn.
Alright.
Bigby's hand doesn't go away because I don't use its action. It just floats there, giving somebody the bird, I think.
Alright. Carasoth is going to use the last legendary action dot he has. Is anyone reading his mind?
Not currently.
Nope.
Okay.
You can do that?
What? Read a dragon's mind or what?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you can try.
It sounds dangerous, sounds like a trap.
Nobody's tried though, so you don't know. It could be perfectly safe.
So Cyrus, he is not broken like when he used his wing attack and didn't attack anybody with it, but used it to gain height. He continued to stare directly at you with those piercing blue eyes ever since he threatened you with "Let's clip those wings, little one."
All right.
I just realized I'm rolling a thing, but I don't know what he adds to it. Hold on. What do you add to this? I need...
Probably a lot. Hopefully not enough, though.
Okay. Alright. So, Cyrus, how many magical spell effects do you have on you right now?
Spell effects?
Yeah.
Or are you including potions?
I mean... Let's start with spell effects. It says magical
believe...
effect, so the potion is a magical effect. But in any event, so I'm choosing a creature. And they are technically spells. I don't know. Let's start with the other, and then we'll roll against the potions if I feel like it. He's attempting a dispel magic on you, and clearly he did so without tipping his hand. You saw no indication.
I have that. I have True Polymorph and Sunbeam.
True Polymorph and Sunbeam. Okay, so I guess we'll go in order of oldest to newest to oldest, should we? We do it that way?
I think you go up in
level
of spell.
Okay, so what level is
Sunbeam first?
I gotta be Sunbeam first.
Yeah.
Alright, he probably...
Sunbeam is 6th level.
It's got a bunch of these. We'd probably use this. And... this. Sunbeam is 6th level?
Correct.
Alright, his total was 17, so that should end Sunbeam.
Alright, that winks out.
Alright, you are no longer invisibly glowing.
Indeed.
Alright, let's see if he can get rid of that true polymorph. You just need to roll a 19 total. Come on, you can do it. Can I have a mulligan?
I think that's what legendary resistances are.
I mean, if I'm able to use legendary resistances to make him automatically succeed on that, I'd do it.
That's not... I think rules as written, legendary resistance couldn't be used for...
No,
I
I'm
guess that
pretty
would be a
sure that's
question
not the case, though. I'm just saying, if my
for
player's going to
Cyrus,
offer me,
it would be a question for Derek if he wants to let you burn through a legendary resistance to get rid of his polymorph.
Well, yeah, exactly.
If the options are that, or he gets a mulligan, I'd rather have it be the auto have him burn a resource. But I'd rather. Just,
I don't use mulligans as the DM. Like, I just have to live with things most of the time.
Yeah,
I'm saying this somewhat jokingly, but if you want me to burn a legendary resistance to succeed on this roll to end true polymorph,
not, because I'll be able to burn more of his with the added charisma from the form.
So you're not letting me do it.
I would prefer not to.
That's fine. No, that's fine. It's up to you.
That to go to a
you don't have to apologize. So, what the fuck level is greater invisibility? 4? 5?
4th, yeah.
Greater invisibility is 4.
Okay. I technically don't have to roll that. I used a high enough spell slot that just goes away. And then the other one was flying, right? That doesn't happen to tell you what level spell it is.
It says it's
Flying is a 3rd level spell, or fly is a 3rd level spell.
It's probably like a 2nd, since it's a weaker version of it, right?
Sure, probably. Either way.
So...
I don't need it regardless, because I still have the wings, and those are not a spell.
That's true.
I need anti-magic for that, which I'm sure is next on the agenda.
Got a long list of things. The resistances are also not a normal spell, huh? There is
the resistances are from my form, which is gone, so I'm no longer resistant to acid. Is Or no, I am still, because I didn't...
Yeah, you didn't lose your form. I rolled a bad number,
So,
and I'm angry about it.
acid from my half-dragon halfling. I have fire from the potion and from a... from...
Sorcery
When I
point.
cast a fire spell.
Yep.
And then I have poison strictly from the potion.
Alright, I know that there's a resist elements spell.
Protection from elements or
Yeah, I
something
think
like
so.
that.
I would run it as that.
I don't know what it is offhand.
Protection from energy, I think it is.
That sounds right.
Okay, thank you, terrible search thing. You type in protection from, and it gives you scroll of protection. It's like, or start with protection from energy? Because it's the only thing that has protection from? 3rd level. Okay, so that's going to end. Because he used
Okay.
a higher level than 3rd to cast his Dispel Magic. Alright, so that's going to be his legendary action. You get stripped of a bunch of magical effects as he glares down at you, his eyes blue. And you just hear him, he like, momentarily just...
Well, it seems we'll have to try again.
Middle of 9th level spells.
Yeah, just cast
While you're
it
not
in,
fighting
like-
Abjuration Wizards.
He blew away the first one, like, just rolled the 17 on the against the 6th level, so I was like, okay, cool, easy. And then it's just like, I'm gonna roll significantly below.
You're just like, I just need 2 higher. Come on, die.
Yeah.
That's lower.
Alright, let's see here. So, the lightning blasts are going to go off as the round ends. It looks like everyone got clear of them. Ooh. Yes. I'm like, Bala's not. No, she is. She's just barely clear. Okay, so everybody got clear of the lightning blast. So you're going to see again as the thunderheads above you begin to glow brilliantly, and then these just absolute pillars of electricity connect ground to sky, searing your vision momentarily, and deafening you with the crash. You hear, as your vision and hearing begin to recover from this blast, the sounds of soldiers in the armies, variously, who were hit by these attacks. So now we get to clear the board again. And I get to set up a bunch of new ones. Oh, because I, again, immediately forgot. Jebel, please roll saving throw against the fear effect, which was wisdom. I think the DC was 23 or something like that.
Nope.
Didn't clear it.
No, close, but not quite there.
Alright, let me double check the number just to be sure. Rightful presence. It's a DC 19. I lied. Did you make a 19?
I hit 19.
Okay, then you're no longer afraid. It becomes round 4.
Wait.
Kubriel.
Ha! Kubriel. Oh, I have to actually bring up the thing too. That's what I was forgetting.
Kubriel stats.
Yeah, all her attacks and stuff. Let's see.
So Carasoth turned off Cyrus's haste.
And roll against the haste.
You didn't roll against the haste.
I thought you said he just went away because it was too low level.
Oh,
Haste-
was that it?
Case of the 3rd level.
Third
spell.
level, yes. Okay, yes. Sorry. That's why I didn't roll against it.
Alright.
You're welcome to roll.
I think that means he loses his turn.
Yep. So basically, I'll see y'all next week. That's what it comes down to. So have fun.
Raiken or Kubriel is going to fly to Raiken, making sure not to get like close enough to Bala that she can make an opportunity attack or anything.
Okay. So, how far can she move?
She can fly 90.
Fly 90. So, you are in a lightning blast. Where do you want her?
Well, I want her next to Raiken first.
Okay, so with 55 movement, she can be here.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. Then what?
And then she is going to use Healing Touch.
Alrighty.
So that's 4d8 plus 2 hit points back. Well, that kind of sucked. But he did gain 16 points of HP back.
Alrighty. See,
And then... Go ahead.
I was about to complain about reach and opportunity attacks in 5th edition versus earlier editions because it's so much harder to keep track of when they can attack and when they can't. Because you're like, oh, I want to stay out of where she can get attacked by Bala. It's like, well, if she moves out away from you now, she can get attacked by Bala because Bala's got, 15 feet of reach. And she can't attack her until she leaves the 15 feet.
Yeah, as long as you dance around
Well,
the dragon.
I mean, she doesn't. She have 5, 10, and 15 feet.
I guess it could be read that way. Reach of 10 feet, reach of 20 feet,
20.
Reach of 15 feet. So her shortest reach is 10 feet.
Gotcha. I was showing off with my
so
dragon
yeah, so
stats.
reading it that way. If you read it by but that's the tough thing, right? Because you're usually just reading it by your weapon, your base weapon attack.
Yeah.
But her base, she's got 4 different base weapon attacks.
It's just something I started thinking about when looking to the next game, because
Yeah.
I looked at dual weapons with different reaches, so I was trying to figure out how that worked.
Yeah, so I
That's
mean,
what I
that is a
considered.
way one could read it. I'm not sure I fully like that way of reading it. So, not because I think it's bad, because in 3, 5, and 4, the moment you move any square within a reach, especially if they have threatened reach, you're taking opportunity attacks. So it's I don't think it's OP in that regard. I just think it changes the balance of the way they made combat in 5, and I don't know if that's going to tip the scale in a good way or a bad way. So it's not that I don't like it. I'm going to say I'm hesitant.
I have no stake in this. I'm just
No. I know. I'm not trying to fight you on it. Not at all. I think that your suggestion is good. It's one of those things where I have to tread carefully because I don't want to make something too powerful, right?
indeed.
It's the final fight. Maybe it should be too powerful. There's all these balancing factors. What do I want to do? What levers do I pull? So, she could potentially attack Kubriel when she moves outside of 15 feet, or, given the read, 10 feet, and definitely 20. I guess, 20 is the longest reach, so, I think under normal circumstances it would be there. But yeah. So, just so that you're aware of what safely away from Bala to not get attacked means. It's a very challenging thing to describe.
I see. Well, is just north of the where the electric blast is going to hit. Is that safe from her?
Yeah, so like there would still be within 10 feet of Bala, so even on the most, like, I'm gonna break you read of her power, that would not trigger the opportunity attack because her shortest range is 10, which is silly.
That's where she's gonna go.
I mean, it's not silly. She can still attack things that are 5 feet away without a penalty. It's just, its reach is actually 10.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, she is enormous.
She's enormous. I upped other numbers, so those numbers should probably be up, but I'm not fucking with it. I don't care. I don't care enough to try and do all this math right now. Run the stat block.
That is what Kubriel is going to do.
Alright, so you get healed. And the
fly-by heal.
Fly-by heal. And the bloodied Bala says, "Playing with a stacked deck, I see. My mother's taught your people well."
I wasn't taught anything by your mother. Taught by my own parents, who you killed. So now I'm returning the fate.
I am sure you wish I would tell you. They fought valiantly to the end.
I don't need you to tell me. I already know it.
I don't know who they were. Insignificant little lizards.
Well, I'll make sure that you never come back so everybody forgets your name.
Bala has struck fear into the hearts of humanoid cultures for thousands of years. You think you and that little axe are going to change that today?
I do. For the name Raiken Lumos, for the next 1,000 years, will bring fear to every green dragon imaginable.
Raiken Lumos. I will make sure my kobolds carve your name upon the stone I bury you beneath, so that the worms might remember you. I mean earthworms, not like non-dragons.
I understood that.
Oh, okay, good. Bala's turn, right?
Yeah.
Knew that. Alright, is anybody nearby here who could potentially counterspell? How safe is she feeling? How safe are you feeling? Flip that coin. She's feeling safe.
Hold on.
Yeah, I know. You're invisible.
Yeah, but I don't think I'm close enough. How far away am I?
You are 85 feet.
Yeah, a counterspell is 60, isn't it?
60,
Or is
I
it
believe
30?
that's correct.
Yeah, 60 and
How
she has
far away am
sorcery
I?
points.
And she has sorcery points. But she's feeling safe, so she's not concealing.
Yeah. Also, where is the thing? I
Oh.
have spell sniper though, but I don't think that works for that?
It has to be a spell with a to-hit roll, and then it increases the range.
Right, okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, in that case, yeah, I'm too far away.
Just back up. Just bouncing between these pages. Fine. It's... Oh, fucking click the... Not legacy again. Alright. Come on. What? Come on. I clicked it so many times. Okay, it's that level. Let's do this. So many pages. Bala, you are going to use one of these. And two of these. So, you are going to see her cast a spell blatantly in front of you.
Which Raiken has nothing to block in his spell.
She was counting on that. You're going to see, as she does, what does it have? Hold on. It has, all three. Cool. So yeah, you're going to see her, draw, once again, her claw through the miasma around her. And you're going to see as she finishes drawing, she slams her foot into the ground, and a ripple of light passes up her body momentarily, and her yellow eyes she's going to close and then reopen, and they are going to glow blue, the same as Carasoth's. And you'll see her quickly look around the battlefield and bare her teeth. Oh, there are a few of you, aren't there? She's going to lower her head back to you and say, do they all resist my poison as you?
Raiken's gonna go over the pod. Hey, do you guys have poison resistance?
You're all
If someone
resistant.
asks if you have poison resistance,
You say yes.
So you guys gonna be okay, possibly, if a giant poison blast shoots out all over the place?
it's not my ideal Tuesday.
I'd rather not. We are all resistant, but you're the only one that's immune.
I think Leah's also immune.
All right. Let's shoot Leah.
Then Raiken is going to, like, as even though they're only resistant, the fact that they're at least resistant, Raiken's just gonna look at Bala, just smile, and be like, "Go ahead, do it."
Do it.
No, seriously, go to her to hitting Leah. She'll do it.
Give me an intimidation roll.
If I'm not resistant, well, you get middle static from me.
I do have good intimidation. I'm mulliganing that. Or not mulliganing, but
yeah, you can use your inspiration. Remember that everybody starts with an inspiration every session, so if you don't have one, get one now.
I mean that's a lot better, but it's only gonna be a 23.
Only a 23. She's gonna beat that by just a smidge. That's not hyperbole. She really did come close to not beating it. So she's gonna call your bluff.
I had a +9 in intimidation. I rolled a 2 and a 14.
She just rolled higher on the die. Her, she's got okay stats there, but you know it's not her specialty. All right, so she's going to attempt to move away from you by flying. Are you directly next to her right now, or are you prone?
I should be directly. Well,
What are you?
didn't she not? Did she knock me down?
No, you're state 3, so you're not prone right now. So I believe you're, like, next to her face. I think you flew up, because I remember she called you a top last time.
Yeah, I knew I flew up. I was flashing.
Alright, so... opportunity attack. As she attempts to move away.
Yes, I will take it.
So she gets...
Before moving, I would wait to see if he hits.
Well, but like, she has to trigger it first, so she has to move out of his attack range.
Yeah.
So I'm moving her to the edge of his attack range.
Yeah, cool.
Because she'll get
I
that
just didn't want you to like move the thing,
and then have to move it back.
And do all the counting, and then be like, "Motherfucker."
No, I appreciate that. Nope, I just moved it to the edge of his attack range. I'm assuming that he's going to hit because he always rolls poor on everything except attack rolls.
Look,
yeah.
one thing.
I rolled a 31 or a 31 with advantage.
I don't. Oh, because of the marking her as your
vow of enmity. A 31 will in fact hit.
2 19s.
So you see her like flap her wings and begin to move away, and you strike her with your axe. And because of your feat, Sentinel, it stops her in her tracks.
Damn big feet.
She's still fuck anybody's day up.
Uh,
Oh.
Let's see. And because Raiken is facing his biggest enemy, he is using a 4th level smite.
See if you can finish her off before she gets to do anything.
I don't think she's not looking like she's bloodied, but she's not looking bad enough that he doesn't think that he can take her down with this
That's
attack.
quitter talk.
And do like twice as much damage as he did with his Uber crit.
Already used maximum effort.
Well, he is going to, with his attack, I rolled poorly on his regular damage. So he is going to use his Savage Attacker.
Oh.
Which
I forgot he had that feat.
Let's return. You can roll damage for a melee attack and re-roll it. Use either total. God damn it! Freaking rolled the same thing. Which was a 1. Was a 1. So
at least Raiken always manages to perform to expectations.
Yep, so that's 15 points of non-magical silvered slashing.
Okay. And then the Radiant.
Radiant. Oh my god, there's so many ones!
I'm sorry.
Because of all the 10s?
Yeah. Because of all the 10s, Sam.
Even though he's rolling 8s. He rolled 8-sided dice.
That's just even more impressive then.
No, half of them were 1s. That's how bad.
Oh god.
At this rate, you're not gonna get the final hit.
You're just gonna whittle her right up to it, and somebody else is gonna blast her.
I swear to God, if
You're
anybody
almost
does,
dead, and then I'll
Raiken
blow
is
up some
going on a
dynamite.
fucking rampage.
Imagine
22
just a stray Eldritch Blast takes her out.
22 radiant damage.
Her
22 radiant damage.
Okay. Doesn't resist radiant damage, so blam! You axe her, right in the back as she's trying to call your bluff and fly away. She cries out in pain as you hit her, and as, she does so, she unleashes the gout of poison that she was trying to unleash at a different spot. But I guess this'll do. So, it says cone. Cones are stupid. I don't know. But, kind of like... I'm gonna do the bottom of the cone first, because it's a 90-foot cone. I'm gonna go and call, like, this. It's approximate. What do there? Before. Oh. Okay. Oh, I made it blue by accident. Anyway. This is why I use, rectangles for everything.
I don't suppose that's a dex save.
No, it is a Constitution save. So, that's gonna be... Hello. Vendar, and Yukikaze, and Carasoth, and Shisharin.
Just the corner over there.
Good thing you went all the way down there. You might have been in there too, there.
Yep. No, I'm happy with my life choices at the moment.
Alright, I'll roll for my dragons. Carasoth. Alright, Carasoth's gonna make it. Shisharin, are you gonna fuck up again? Of course you are.
Look, she's had a day, okay?
Hey.
It's been a doozy.
She literally just needed to roll 2 higher than she did.
She's lost half her face. So.
Yes. Kind of breathing through her stoma in her throat right now that somebody impromptu gave her.
That's why more of the poison can get in. That's why she failed.
Yeah.
So what do I need to roll to succeed on this?
What did you roll?
I haven't rolled yet. But I don't know if I'm capable of beating it. I'm only +2 on cons.
So you can make this. It's not going to be easy.
It's a 16.
16 total?
Alright.
Alright.
I could, I suppose, use Stroke of Luck, but I might want to save that. I'm not very hurt yet, so... Well, I'm not hurt at all yet.
I mean,
I'll give
it's
it a
definitely
second.
up to you. Yukikaze, did he enter it in text or anything? I didn't check. Nope. So-
You do have your inspiration, you got mulligan points, you have lucky, right?
I do have Lucky.
So you do have lots of means of re-rolling things.
Alright.
If you really want to.
No,
I didn't hear anything that was being directed towards
Sure.
me. I heard my name.
You're inside a blast of poison. So you need to roll a Constitution saving throw against it.
Okay.
I'll use a point of Lucky to
Alright.
roll again.
So roll again.
That's a 7.
Okay. So it's a 16 still.
Yeah.
Okay. 16 for you. One of my dragons made it. The other one did not. And then... And, of course, Shisharin's down. God damn it, Shisharin!
21.
21? Alright.
Yep.
How do you feel about that number? Just, Vendor wanted to try and re-roll his. Are you satisfied with the 21?
Now you make me second guess.
I'm just asking. I'm just asking questions.
No, I feel like I should hopefully be okay.
Alright.
If I was sub 20, no.
Okay. So, Carasoth succeeds. Everyone else fails.
Of course.
DC was 22.
So I could only do that if I got a 20.
You could only do it at a 20. DC was 22.
Oh, it's you fucking...
I asked you! I was very generous.
I know you were.
Alright.
Son of a bitch for being one off.
Sorry.
No, you're not.
Well, not incredibly sorry. I do want this to be a challenging fight. You can't succeed at everything. So,
That's you.
oof. Sharn's in a super bad way. Because of course she's not resistant to poison at all. Everybody who failed is going to receive 77 points of poison damage.
Holy
Ow.
shit.
That'll do it.
But that's not halved, right? Because we're both resistant.
That's not halved. So if you have
Okay,
poison
so-
resistance, then it's going to be 38 points. Oops, my music went away. Music, come back. I demand it. What happened?
Eesh. All my 10 hit points are down.
Don't make fun of my dragons. 77's a big number.
Well, it was more than just my temp, but
Fucking resistance is so powerful. Remember, Sam, in 3, 5, and 4, when resistance would be like 5, 10, or 15 points?
15, it was 15's real lucky. The
Yeah.
5 was you felt good at 5.
You did. You did. Like, extreme resistance was 15 points.
and now
And
we
spell
just
resistance was a different thing.
Yes. Yeah, now it's just, you dealt 120 points of damage. That's cool. I'm only going to take 60 on my, 100 HP, so I'm okay. I'm not great, but I'm okay. Alright. So yeah, she gets her blast off. She does not hit the entire party like she was hoping to do. But she hit more than one, which is better than she could honestly hope for, given that you can stop her in her tracks. So, I think she did her spell, she did her action, she tried to move. That's going to be Bala. Which means it becomes Vendar's turn. Vendar, you are in a cloud of poison that's quickly dissipating. And it was not pleasant.
Oh,
You don't say.
okay.
Hey, at least you did it.
Indeed, because I'm not resistant.
I was using a square,
gonna-
which, honestly, if I wanted to stay consistent, I probably should have. You'd have been in it. But we're going with the cone, because I did that already. Sorry, go ahead, Venner.
I'm gonna throw a goo bomb at Carasoth.
You're gonna throw a goo bomb at Carasoth.
Not the goo bomb.
Not the goo bomb. Alright. You do not have advantage.
Right, because he can see me.
Yes. It does seem to be
I
able
think
to see
it's. How did goo bombs work? Yeah, I think it's just a save, right? It's a 30-foot. It's a 15-foot burst.
you. Yes. That was a
DC
save.
20 con save.
A DC 20 con save. Alright. Come on, Carasoth, you can do that, right? 20 still makes it, right? Fucking rolling the lowest possible thing possible to save.
Okay, so he takes half.
Carasoth's just like got a death grip on his legendary resistance. He's like, no. I might roll only exactly what I need, but I'm going to keep my legendary resistance. It's like, you're gonna die before
got a
you
death
spend
grip
them all.
on
They're not
life.
gonna matter. Yeah. Anybody, like, anybody near Carasoth, like within 50 feet, is like, you're warm. It's toasty. Boy, he's a furnace.
That's 41 poison damage, half that.
41 poison damage goes down to 20. That's still not too bad. And Carasoth's not resistant to poison, of course.
And 16 piercing damage.
Piercing damage. Magical, non-magical?
Non-magical, it's from the glass.
Okay, gotcha. Right, gotta get that vectored in through into the bloodstream. So this is a purple worm poison hitting them, huh?
Yep.
Alright.
Alright.
So this thing blasts and splashes against him. You see, like, the glass shattering and plinking off of his scales, but a couple places you see it lodges in and the purple worm poison, like, the cloud engulfs him, or a portion of his body midair, and you can see, like, these little muscle spasms and twitches as he's clearly being harmed by this. He's going to say,
I don't think I enjoy your brew, Dragonborn. I've
Take
had
another.
better.
you're going to throw another with your hasted
Throw
action.
another goof on that.
Right into the mouth. I don't think I like you.
Hit! Oh, right, that's me.
Yeah.
Con saving throw. Nat 20! Of course I'm using my Nat 20. On a thing where it doesn't matter. But at least my die got to do a little party. Party!
Party!
Gotta get your die to roll a party. Did you reprogram at all? Did you put new animations on it?
No, I haven't yet.
I reanimated everything, so it's all very fun.
Maybe we can go through that one tomorrow.
Yeah.
Alright, so that's half of 34 poison.
Half of 34 poison is 17. Alright, not bad. Not bad.
And 17 piercing.
17 piercing. Bam. Alright, so, yeah, you throw it at him, it splashes again, and you just hear...
Nope. Just as pitiful the second time.
I'm gonna fly 90 feet away.
Alright, he's going to make an opportunity attack. What's his coolest opportunity attack? I'm gonna try out your suggestion here, Derek.
So he gets an opportunity attack.
Did Vendar fly up high enough that
Well, so
he has
your
to fly
throw
up higher
range
to
is
be able to throw
20,
it.
which means that you're within one of his ranges
Am
at
I?
least.
The Goobum says it's got a 30 range.
It's got a 30 range.
Yeah.
Alright. I'll let you get away with it.
Besides, he is sharpshooter, so he can use the long range.
Yeah, but I want him to get hit. I want to hit him. I just want to punch the rogue a little bit. He's got a really long tail. I mean, I'm looking at this, I'm like, he is bigger than the standard ancient red dragon. His tail is a 20-foot reach. I'm like, I could see that being a 30-foot reach.
Yeah, but maybe he's
so
got
then I
like a
would
very
simply
short tail.
disengage
Maybe it's
her.
like Stella's tail. You know?
I think that, like, it's the final battle. You know, this is big, powerful stuff, and I think everybody should... Well, I dropped the die, but that's fine. I think everybody should, feel a little bit of Raiken's pain.
And Vendar disengage as a bonus action?
Right, gets
I could. If I'm close enough for him to get a opportunity attack, then I would disengage before I move.
Nobody wants me to have any fun.
Look, you're making us spend all of the actions that we have, just because we have good action economy.
Yeah.
I have all these awesome items that I'm using. Been building them up for a while.
Disengage, you little asshole. I'll hit you later.
Alright. Well, if I have to disengage, then I'll do the same thing. I just won't roll hide.
Okay. You go 90 feet. Which way are you going?
Let's go up to north and
Alright,
west.
there you are. North and west. And you want to go the full distance?
Yeah.
Okay. There we go. That's 90 feet. You're now out over the, what do we call this one? It was called the Fuck me.
Oh, fuck me.
It was like a sea of ghosts? No. The ghost frost sea? It's a big frozen bay out there. Like, the water's very cold, there's icebergs all over the place, and there's, fucking shipwrecks all throughout it. Boats that were very clearly damaged by dragons. What the fuck did I call this thing?
I mean, there were some shipwrecks there before the dragons too.
I mean, yes, but there are more shipwrecks, and some of them very clearly have, like, claw marks and smashed things on the deck, as opposed
Some
to,
are
like...
significantly more recent.
Some are significantly more recent, and some are burned by lightning, I guess. Well, I think it was called, like, the Frost Fury Sea is what I called it. I'm guessing. I think that's what's coming back to me. What I didn't know that I just found in here was that the peninsula itself, before it had the city of Watchtower Point on it, was called Imon's Arm, or the whole... It is still called Imon's Arm, because it's this reaching peninsula out the side of the country. So, yeah, I forgot that little piece of information. Look at me, coming up with world-building shit. Dropping in the last sessions.
Imon's Arm.
Imon's Arm. I was pretty cool back then. Whatever. Okay, so you go weigh the shit over there. And you notice as Carasoth kind of tracks your movement as you go, and he just sort of snorts a plume of smoke through his nostrils, dismissively. Alright, does anybody get a thing off of that? Who has reset? Carasoth used all of his. The only one who hasn't a Bala. Bala. She didn't get to go anywhere. Yeah. I think she's going to do what Carasoth did and use one of her 1 dots to try and cast a spell. Since that worked last time, she's going to do it again. Where's my...
I told her this is a fight between her and Raiken.
Yeah, she doesn't like you that much. You're stopping her from doing the thing she wants to do. You're sitting there like, we're engaged in honorable combat. She's like, just go away. I need to kill other things. Let's see. She did that. She tried that one. I don't think she's got any more of those, has she? Oh, she has. No, she hasn't. I lied. What have you got? Okay. Oh, that could be mean. That could be so mean. Yeah, I think it's worth it. I think she's gonna be mean. Alright, I need to get the rule on this. Oh no, it's not gonna work. That's right, I just remembered. Let me see here. You. Legacy. Fucking hell. Are you still bloodied after that heal?
Yes.
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 Okay. Huzzah! Bad news for you, my friend.
Something that only triggers when he's bloodied. Yeah, I was literally 5 points from not being bloody.
Which is what total? 125.
100 and well, I currently have 114.
114. Okay. Yeah. So, you know, you stopped her movement like a jerk. She only got to blast 2 people with poison because you're a jerk. So now that she's stuck there, she's going to whip her head back towards you, and those glowing blue eyes of her are going to flash ominously as she kind of lowers her head, and as her jaw sinks open, you just hear a word in ancient Draconic that rumbles through your body. And if you have 150 hit points or less, you are stunned.
Welcome to the Stunned Club, buddy. It's great.
Stunned means, well, I guess your definition, a stunned creature is incapacitated. You cannot move. You can only speak falteringly. The creature automatically fails strength and dexterity saving throws, and attack rolls against the creature have advantage. So, for one turn at least, let me see here. Stunned target must make a Constitution saving throw at the end of each of its turns. On a successful save against the dragon's DC, which I wrote down. Totally. There it is. Yes, that is a challenging save. But it's a Constitution save. How's your Constitution save?
It's my best one.
Okay, cool. You're probably gonna be okay. You know, maybe. But otherwise, it lasts for, what, a minute? Duration is instantaneous. Oh, it has, wait. It has no duration. You are stunned until you make the save, or somebody else saves you by, like, using Dispel Magic.
Okay.
Better make the save.
Okay, so yes.
I'll better hope that she's dead before he makes the save.
Hey, at least you might not know.
You're gonna come out of it, she's gonna be a corpse already.
Where's Bala? I need to kill her. People just point at her body.
And then he's gonna go on a team-killing rampage.
It might happen. It might happen. Okay, so that's what she does with her legendary action. So, now that I've interrupted you for that, it is Leah's turn.
Okay. Who looks the worst for wear between the black and green dragons?
Oh, that is a question for me, isn't it? Between the black and the green, percentage health-wise, the black dragon looks worse. She is doing bad.
Missing half her face.
Interesting.
She's missing half her face, and now she's coughing on poison. You're just hearing, like, the most profane things being slung in Ancient Draconic from Shisharan at Bala over this poison. Between chokes and gasps.
I wonder if it's below 150.
That would be
You think
funny.
this power
Possibly.
kill?
I am thinking power words then.
Stun the dragon.
I'm gonna try.
Okay.
I have to get close enough to be within 60 feet.
Okay. Yeah, you don't know how much HP she has, you just know she is extremely hurt. So, Leah's there, you need to be within 60 feet. Huh? And you've got, 60 feet on a single move.
Yeah. And then haste actions now.
So, that gets you within 60 feet. Do you want to be only just within 60 feet, or is it a little bit closer, okay?
Yeah, only just, because I plan to move afterward again.
Okay, so... Yeah, that's 60 feet. Alright,
Yeah.
so... I think you only moved like 20 feet.
Oh, okay. Then I'm gonna use power stun.
Okay.
I speak a word of power that can overwhelm the mind of one creature you can see within range, leaving it dumbfounded. If the target has 150 hit points or fewer, it is stunned. Otherwise, the spell has no effect.
So, all I can tell you is that she has more than 150 hit points left.
Ah,
I will be generous and tell you it's not a lot more than 150.
If I'd waited a little longer.
So the battlefield rumbles with this ancient, powerful word that leaves your throat, and you see it wash over Shisharan as she's already struggling and cursing and pissed, and you see her kind of still for a second before she turns her neck, craning it around slowly, that gash on her neck seeming to widen and tighten as the muscles that are shredded there overlap each other in the motion, as the empty socket and her exposed skull turn past you, and her remaining good eye looks in the direction, but she has not yet used true saying, so she does not seem to look directly at you, but she's definitely looking for the source of the sound.
Yeah, I realize I'm dumb. Because I have a haste action, right?
Uh-huh.
So I could Eldritch Blast and then do it.
Alright, go ahead, try it. I'll let you try that.
You allow me to do that?
I'm gonna allow you to do that.
I mean, she could stab it, she just can't Eldritch Blast it.
You're right! That's right, the hasted action can't be used for the cantrip. I'm sorry. So, no, unless you want to fly up there and stab it, like Derek said. But you would have advantage.
Yeah, but can I even get that close?
I don't know.
I don't think I can.
If we put you back to there. No, out of range.
Yeah, then this is what I tried.
Okay. It was a good try, but yeah, she turns quickly to this, and you can see that she hasn't found you with her remaining good eye, but you see her kind of turning back and forth between you and Bala a little bit, and before she says, kind of like to herself, but too loud again because she's ancient and in pain, you just hear her say, "They should not know these things they know."
Okay, I'm gonna use the rest of my movement to get like under the tree in between, like next to Bala and in between the lightning bolts.
Yeah, see, there.
Yeah. Just while being invisible, I try to just be in motion so they can't locate wherever.
You do notice that, like, Bala turns towards you as you start flying toward her. Her blue eyes glowing at you. You can see as you approach that your father is paralyzed.
What can my hasted action do now?
It can hide, it can disengage, it can dash, and it can make a single melee attack.
Okay.
If you want to dash, you could still do that.
Or if you have a bow or something.
Yeah.
Ooh, I do have a crossbow. But no, I forgot I'd had that. We could have used that on the black dragon. But okay.
Pull out this crossbow that you've kept strung and loaded all this time, just in case.
Yeah, it's the emergency crossbow.
The emergency crossbow.
It's a hand crossbow.
Yeah.
You know, brake strap in case of emergency.
So, do you want to do that?
I don't really want to attack Bala with it.
Okay. What's its range?
Hold on. Where is it again?
Short range is less than 8, right?
On a hand crossbow? Absolutely.
Yeah, it's gotta be. Probably like 30, 50.
Should be.
30, 38.
It's like 30, 60, or possibly 30, 120, but I doubt that one.
30 to 120.
Okay.
It was one of the two.
So, I mean, you could attack any dragon you wanted at disadvantage if you wanted to try that.
Nah, I would have wanted to do it before the stun is, if so. Now I just want to hide, so I think I'm gonna use the last one to hide.
Gotcha. Shashara manages to stay alive another round. Alright, you hide.
I mean, Poet's stun wouldn't kill her in a way, it would just make her unable to move. But it is a con save to get out of it on her turn, so she might have been able to get out of it anyway.
Might have been. But her health wasn't low. Let's see. Bala, Vendar, after Vendar's turn, she stunned Raiken. Yeah, that could be fun. 5, 10.
Do we know what needs to be done to like remove Raiken's stun?
Probably you know the spell, so you know it. Either he has to end it with a save, or I'm assume that a dispel magic would work.
Okay.
It is a magical effect, so I kind of assume that should work. It doesn't necessarily say it, but I think it would be weird if that didn't work.
Okay, so it is like Power Word stun.
It is Power Word
It is.
Stun.
She
That's
used
exactly
power.
what
She
it
used
is.
power stun. Yeah.
That's why I was
Okay,
laughing,
yeah.
because I thought it was hilarious. She used the same spell directly after.
Directly, yeah, it was Shasharan.
That was great.
Excuse me. Bala did it, and then immediately you did it, and that's another
Yeah.
thing that set Shasharan off. She's like, she just watched her sister use one of her most powerful spells, and then all of a sudden one of these fucking humanoids did it from
A
invisibility.
child,
Yeah.
no less.
I mean, I might not have succeeded to stun Shasharan, but I've succeeded at making her very nervous.
Yeah, she's her nerves are a ruin right now. Her nerves
Of
are
course,
a ruin.
dispelling Raiken would probably also get rid of his haste and his extra strength from the potions.
Alright, so
Yeah.
actually, doing the thing I was thinking I'd do with her bonus, her legendary action doesn't really work because of fucking Raiken. No, it
He's
does.
incapacitated now.
He's incapacitated. I was thinking about the opportunity attack that stopped her movement, but she had a... No. She tried to move on her turn, so it would still be gone. She still doesn't have any movement. So,
Yeah.
that's not going to work. So instead, she's going to spend... Bala. Spend this one. And... this. Leah!
Yeah.
What's your lowest level magical effect on you right now? A 3?
Lowest level magical effect?
Yeah.
I'm not sure I'm following.
So, you
Probably
got hit with a
not.
bunch of potions, and you've got
Yeah.
spells cast on you, basically, because of it. You've got protection from energy, and you've got haste, and you've got invisibility to begin with. Do you have anything else?
No.
Okay. So, protection of energy.
Well, except like equipped stuff, I guess, like the Pyrrhicus potion and stuff, but
The which one?
like the potion amulet and stuff like that, and then like magical artifacts. I have that. But
So
I
the
don't
magical
have
artifacts she can't turn off, but the potions are magical effects, so she can end those with a dispel magic, which she is casting subtly, so she's not giving any hint that she's casting. Dragons be
So I can-
sorcerers.
Yeah.
So as you come into view, like she was looking at Raiken quite hungrily, but she seems to become aware of you as you approach her, and you just see those eyes flash, and she's going to start getting rid of your magics on you. She's burning a 5th level spell slot on it. So everything 5th level and lower is just gone, and she doesn't have to roll. So do you have anything above 5th level?
I don't know the levels of the things because they will cast on me.
I think they're all 4th level and lower. Right, Derek?
All the potions were, yeah.
Yeah.
3rd, 2nd asterisk, 3rd, and 4th.
Right. Okay. So, all of the... she strips away all the magic from the potions that's sustaining you. So, is your flight granted by a potion?
Yeah, I think so. I think that was the second one that
Right.
tossed.
So you
I should be close to the ground now though, because I hid under the tree.
You did hide under the tree, so we'll say that you're 50. You're gonna lose your invisibility and your flying. And your, haste. So...
If you lose your next turn.
Then you lose your next turn.
Wait, what?
Because when the hasted effect ends, you become lethargic and you lose your next turn after it ends.
Oh,
Yep.
didn't know that.
Yep, that's why I'm just being a peanut gallery today.
We've got 2 peanut gallery now. So, you're going to receive 4 points of bludgeoning damage as you fall out of the air, the 15 feet, and hit the ground.
Oh, I had temp damage. What was that from? That was from the haste too, wasn't it?
The temp health
Temp
that was
health.
from Yukikaze's speech.
Yukikaze, yeah. And that's not actually a magical effect, so you get to keep that.
Okay.
So it'll
okay,
go
but
against your temp HP if you still have temp HP.
Yeah. Okay, so I lose the invisibility.
Yeah, so you lose your resistances, you lose flying, you lose haste, you lose invisibility.
Okay, so... Fire.
And as this blue
The AC
flash happens and
bonus.
Leah suddenly becomes visible to you and BLAP! Hits the ground, suddenly and surprisingly, Raiken. Bala is going to shift her attention back to you and, just give that draconic smile and say, "Is this one important to you? Or can I eat her?"
Don't you dare! It's you and me!
Delicious. I will remind you that you're stunned, so all of that comes out really garbled. But your emotions clearly rise, and she just sort of like her jaw twists into that malicious smile as she says, "Delicious." I do love that you stopped her so that she couldn't get out of the lightning, and then she stopped you so you also can't get out of the lightning, but you're immune to it, so it doesn't fucking matter!
I'm not immune, I'm resistant to it.
Oh, okay, so it's gonna matter a little bit. Alright,
She
so...
doesn't know that, though.
Yeah.
She thinks she's all clever, and then
Yeah,
it's just
she
gonna be
is
like,
clever.
that didn't do anything like it was supposed to.
What the fuck? She gets zapped full force, and you're just like, oh, that was unpleasant. Alright, so, you got all your stuff updated there, Leah?
I think so, yeah.
Okay. But yeah, she just... You're visible now, you're, what did I say, you're prone because you fell. Blue circle is prone. And then it becomes Sharon's turn. Sharon blasted everything. And she's going to... Is anybody reading Sharon's mind?
Nope.
Okay. Sharon's going to spend resources. All of these resources. This one, and one of these. Alright, and her eyes are also going to start glowing blue. So now all 3 dragons have blue glowing eyes and seem to be aware of the invisible people. What's she gonna do with that knowledge? Oh. No, I fucked myself. Oh well.
It's because she was panicking, you know?
Yeah. Okay, the nothing is stopping her from moving. She's gonna move farther away from everything going on here. Because I spent the wrong resources, so she can't do the thing I wanted her to do, but that's okay. Which means that we get to end that turn a little sooner, and it becomes Lorelei. Does Lorelei, is she doing anything? Or is she still on your turn, moving with you?
I don't know how much she can do, to be honest.
Has you fallen? No, get up! What happened?
She can't help me up, I assume. I mean, she's small.
She's slightly larger than she was. Maybe if she makes a strength, make her do a strength check.
Yeah.
You have her updated stats, right? The document that I
Think
sent you.
so. Yeah. I think I have that.
Yeah.
Yeah, she has 26 hit points, so I must have.
Okay. So yeah, you do a strength check with those stats, and tell me if you beat a, I don't know, 15.
Let me just double check that these chats are the correct ones. I need to find you. Because it was in DM, right?
I believe so, yeah.
Yeah.
It was either DM or I shared a document with you. It was one of the two.
Okay, yeah, so strength isn't changed. So strength is the right. Yeah, everything here looks to be the right as in my thing.
Yeah,
So
I see.
that
I just
means-
upped her other things.
Yeah, so that means that she got a 12. Because 16 on die minus
Gotcha.
4.
Ah, that's sad. So she can, if you want, she can try to help you, but not able to. Or she can do something more useful, I suppose. Music. No.
I mean, I rolled it, so I guess that's what she does. There's honestly not much useful stuff she can do against these dragons.
They are big and scary.
Yeah, I don't think it's possible for her to hit them
No, might not be. Yeah.
with anything. So it's like, yeah.
You can cast
20
her,
always
right?
hits.
So she could get close and you could touch
Yeah.
them.
Yeah, that's still the thing. Like, but the problem is that they are so aware of the battleground right now, they would probably not let her close.
Yeah, it's true. Now that they can all see the invisible people.
Yeah, and I mean, I tried that once with Shashara, and then she ate her.
Wow, that was so long ago, but yeah.
Yeah, I know it doesn't work.
It was around the time that Zentharma was like, we should toughen you up.
Yeah. But even toughened up, she's not gonna stand a chance against these. They are way too powerful. But the toughened up stats have helped in other encounters,
Yeah.
like smaller encounters.
I could have done a little bit more on the stat and beefening. It's not bad what I gave, but it's like I look at it now, it's like could have done a little bit more.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Yeah, it's
okay, so she tries to get you up, tries to help you. She's very concerned, but it does not work.
No.
You're just face planted on the ground, going, "Oh, that sucked." All right, so after Lorelei, Vala and Shasharan get things if they want. Vala has 1 point left, and I think she's just going to use it to be a bitch. Yeah, she's gonna be a bitch. Okay. So, with her last legendary action, Dot, she's going to, like, make full eye contact with you as you lay on the ground where you are, Leah.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like, staring into you, and you're just gonna see her head sway, and she's gonna lean her long serpentine neck over to Raiken's, paralyzed form, and she's just gonna open her mouth and slowly lower it onto him, and then slowly close her jaws. And she's just not breaking eye contact with you as she just lets her fangs sink into the joints in his armor. And she just holds him there in her mouth for several seconds before she opens her mouth and then lifts her head up again and licks her reptilian lips. You're incapacitated and 5 feet away, so she just has to hit your AC to get a crit. That is a 27 to hit.
That hits.
Okay, so yes, you find yourself slowly entering her mouth and then being chewed upon. Like, she doesn't chew, she just bites down, slowly increasing the pressure and sinking her fangs into you. And just holds it there as this agonizing pain shoots through you. You're going to receive, she crits, so it doubles up. She's going to deal 38 points of non-magical piercing damage, reduce that by 3, 35 points of non-magical piercing damage. You're immune to the poison that she's doing as she's trying to inject this poison into you. It doesn't work. And then suddenly she just lets up the pressure and rises away, and you see her licking her lips. She goes, "Truly delicious." Starts out the dragons like to play with their food. Seems I could have acid blasted everybody if I'd had Shisharan run into the combat, but she was not feeling it. I think she's gonna increasing her distance. She's gonna wing attack and just move even further away. You're not feeling good. Alright. After Lorelei, it is Raiken's turn. Raiken, you are incapacitated, so you may roll a Constitution saving throw.
Does a 30 beat it?
Yes. You regain control of your body and your faculties. Your turn is already over, but, like, you're no longer paralyzed.
It's like,
He just frowns down at you and says, "Oh, you're back."
gonna make sure there's no piece of you left!
And then your turn ends. And Yukikaze, the other Dragonborn.
So that SOB ran away.
The black dragon has put a lot of distance between you and her because she got the shit kicked out of her and blown up and she didn't like it. She has managed
Got
to
this
go...
shit kicked out of her literally by everyone, friend and foe.
Yeah, it's been going so bad for Shisharan.
Laramentis is going to say over the bond, if you can get close to me, I can dimension door you to her.
Oh, you fucking bastard.
I still have haste, right? Or no?
You still have haste. Yeah, it hasn't been... It's only been taken away from Leah and Cyrus so far.
So really, I can just get right back up to her.
Definitely everybody should feel like they're on the chopping block here. Carasoth used up all his shit, right? I'm not forgetting to give him... Yeah, he used up all.
I haven't been counting, but I think yes.
I can't really count it, but there's been a lot of weird attacks to get here, and then a spell.
Yeah, no. He has. It's just he was one of the first people to get to do those, so he used his up really fast. Blew it all on you. So you've protected the party by getting focused.
And potentially die, but we'll get to that in a
I'm
minute.
wondering, I'm debating on how ridiculous I want to be.
I mean, you're still polymorphed, so there's that.
Who?
It
What?
didn't actually hurt you. he just-
Derek's
Oh,
character is
sure.
still polymorphed. Carasoth failed to end that spell.
Maybe Laramentis knew what he was doing.
I think it's more Carasoth rolling a fucking 1.
Yeah, that's what he did. Carasoth rolled a 1. I don't know how he did it, but by God, he found a way.
Laramenda's ears just burning back at camp. Going,
Well,
wait, why am I still here? There's nobody to
now.
teach.
He knows why he's still there.
I imagine he's in the army, like helping with, like directing.
Sorry,
people.
I'm just imagining
Basically
Singular
serving as a
Mendes
relay.
going, I'm
He's
doing
just
my
sending to
part
people.
every time he casts a spell.
I can tell you this, he definitively is not.
Oh,
That man has a job, and he will do it. And he will be very far away from here if he has to do it.
No one's very close to Shisharan, right?
No, Shisharan made herself very far away from everybody else, but Laramenda's did just say, I can get you over to her if you come to me.
But the question is, it burns one of his spell slots, and then there's also the fact of I can get to her. How would it consume any actions to get to her?
I mean, your move speed is, what, 80, right, with the haste?
Yes.
So, she's 195 away, so double 80 for dash, using your hasted action, would get you to 160, so she'd still be 35 away from you, unless you spent your action.
And I do have the hasted action. And what's the hasted action entail again?
You can either dash, disengage, hide, or make a single melee attack with it.
Oh, it's
Single-
single melee. Okay.
Single attack. Could be a ranged attack too if you
Yeah,
will.
single attack.
Because I know my attack action is 4 attacks.
Yes, it doesn't give you a full attack action, unfortunately. We all hoped it would, but it does not.
Same for me, though.
and you would need 2 dashes anyway to get into melee combat with her, so you would need to use your action to dash and your hasted action to dash. So if you use up all of those, so if you retain only your bonus action, you can get to her, or you can get closer to me and prepare an action to smack her when you show up on her bad side.
So could he double dash and then action surge?
No, I'm probably gonna have you teleport me. I'm just debating. Like right now, I'm contemplating my maximum potential of damage. So like, and how many resources I could do to actually, if I have the capability of getting her.
Yeah, so if you can action surge, you can get to her and then action surge, and then you'd have the one action for your action surge.
No. What I was thinking was, because with action surge, if I rolled good with my branded smite and some superiority dice bonuses, I don't know if I could quite hit just over 150. Like I'm trying to like mentally quickly calculate.
Trying to
if I want to blow,
damn.
Like I could, but like I'm
definitely do a
debating
big
on
math.
if I want to burn through all those resources right now.
If you prepare an action to attack her and I teleport you in, you aren't able to use your action surge. So you'd still get you do basically the same thing. So the question is if you want to use my spell or your action surge. I have a lot of spells.
Yeah, okay. And you said, Tris, if I put my back to Shashar and I don't have to worry, or to Bala, I don't have to worry about my fear.
If you put
No,
a dragon
you
in
have to-
between
yeah.
you.
Thank you. You have to put a dragon in between you and her. You have to actually block line of sight to her.
So
I can put you between. I can put Shisharan between you and Bala. You could
Again,
also.
There's
manage
no
to get
facing,
there.
so you need an actual obstacle between you and her.
I'll quickly over the bot and say, should I go after Shishard?
Yes.
We can't
Oh,
let her
wait.
get away.
All right.
Well, I don't know
done.
if I'm mentally stunned.
All right. So Larry Mendes, I'll move to you. Put me. I'll quickly say, but Larry Mendes, put me in. Put her between Ball and me.
All right. And then you prepare your action to attack when you are in front of her.
Chris,
I
you roll
prepared.
to break fear at the end of your turn, right? So you might break your fear before you even get to attack.
Well, even so, I'd rather prepare than
You
plan for it.
have to roll against fear at the end of this turn.
So I guess I have to wait until Larry Mendes' turn to teleport, and then I can do my attacks immediately.
Mendes. So you can move to Laramendus on this turn. You wouldn't teleport until Laramendus could do it. But if you can... You can get to Laramendus on a move, and then use your action to prepare attack. And then when he teleports you, do your attack. And because your turn will have ended, and now it's a reaction to do your attack, you get to roll against the fear before you attack. So if you succeed, you won't be afraid, and therefore technically the dragon will be between you. So even if you don't succeed, you'll be fine.
But even if I get to attack when I get there, do I get to use all my capabilities as attacking?
If you use the prepare action, yes, because you prepare to use your attack action, which is four attacks.
But that doesn't allow me to use like action surge, or does it limit
Right,
me?
you won't be able to action surge. You'll just get your attacks. So you doing the trade-off here is: do you want to spend your action surge to do this, or do you want to spend my spell to do it? As I said, I have a lot of spells. You have many fewer action surges.
Yeah.
Yeah, basically, it's far enough
trade-off
away
is
that
that-
you would only just get to her after spending all of your actions, and then you'd have to action surge and you'd get one attack out of it. Or you go over here and prepare, and you get the same one attack out of it, but you still have your action surge to use on a subsequent turn.
And by one attack, we mean 4 hits.
4
'cause
hits,
it's the
yes.
attack action.
One attack action, yes. So, yeah, Sam's right. It's right now you're just choosing what you're spending, so what you'll have later.
Permission to place my finger on the scale.
What's your finger on the look like?
Just that if Shasharan keeps running, you'll still be able to use your action surges, but Sam's not going to be able to get to you to teleport you again.
Yeah.
Alternatively, you could go and blow a bunch of attacks on Carasoth, who's very nearby you.
Yeah.
Also that.
And you could go do 8 attacks on Carasoth right now.
What's the effector on Carasoth again?
The effector on Carasoth is a breath weapon from Bala that he got blasted with, and you did as well.
And you're currently in an area that will be struck by lightning, so you should not be in there.
Come the end of
top
the
of the
round. Yeah.
Am I able to use on the reaction my branded smite, Tristan?
Your branding smite?
Oh, use a
Branding
bonus.
Smite is a spell, so you would move to me, cast Branding Smite,
Yeah, and concentrate.
and then
on
I
it.
would teleport us, and you'd be able to spend it on the first hit of yours that hits.
Yeah.
Because you can cast it and then prepare the attack action.
Yeah,
Yep.
we only get one bonus action a turn.
Right, and you would spend that to cast the smite now, and you'd be able to use it on it with your reaction, because the trigger for it is you hit with a weapon. So the spell takes effect when you hit with a weapon after you have cast it. You concentrate for a minute on it. So if you cast it during your turn, you can use it in your reaction attack on somebody else's turn.
In my maneuvers, or when I do an attack, so I should be able to do that also.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, I'll still prepare. I'll still go to you, and I'll prepare. I'm gonna cast Branding Spite on my weapon, Kristen.
Alright, you're able to do that because Carasoth is way high up in the air. I mean, you're able to do that unmolested because Carasoth is way high up in the air.
Alright,
I remember.
sorry for long turn. And I am all set.
Okay. So, he moved, he casted Branding Smite, and then he prepared to attack as he sits next to you, Laramendus.
Cool. Do you want to make your save against Frightened?
Yes, thank you for reminding us.
Is the Constitution, Tristan?
Wisdom.
Fucking wisdom. Alright, well, luckily I rolled 17 on the dice. Does that get me out?
Find out.
What's the total?
That's 17 on the die.
Oh, okay.
And a plus.
That's a 17 on the die. So you have a 0 plus to
Yeah, it's
wisdom.
a 17 on the die.
Okay, alright. No,
You need to get you a Raiken.
That's not high enough.
You're
You'll still be afraid, but once you can't see Bala, it at least won't affect you during that period of time.
Until Shisharan falls down, and then she's like, holy shit!
And then you're not going to be able to get back into the fight.
Just stuck over there.
But I'll be next to him, which means I can teleport him back.
Teleport him back
He
into
can't
the
move
fight.
closer, but he can be airdropped in.
You're going to dimension door with him.
He's like, I don't want to
Every
use my
fighter
head.
is airdroppable at least once.
It's gonna be great. I love it. Okay, after Yukikaze is Cyrus. Cyrus is stunned. Cyrus is... No, what are you? Oh, you're...
I'm lethargic. That's what I
you're
am. It's not an actual
lethargic,
condition.
so-
Tired.
So that has now ended. So I now at least have reactions again.
Okay, so you have your
Just
reaction.
taking a little nappy poo.
What am I? A little nappy poo.
Just-
Yeah.
yeah.
Alright, which makes it Carasoth's turn. You can still see that there are people who look casty around him, so he's...
What? No.
Yeah. I'm gonna do it this way. He really doesn't like that you're borrowing that draconic form. It's very... He seems offended by it.
Seeing the superimposed floating halfling.
Yeah! Alright, so he's first going to spend one of these. So he is casting a spell.
I believe I am too distant from him.
As
To
you
do anything?
miss.
Also, taking into account height.
Yeah.
Yeah, even without taking into account height. At least for me.
That. And he's 100, was 60, and then he flew up. He was 105 up. And how high up were you, Cyrus?
50, I believe.
Okay. 60 is the distance, right?
Yes.
To spell.
Yeah.
For kind of
It's
spell,
once-
yeah.
Counterspell. Are you gonna
Oh, for
counterspell?
counterspell is 60.
Okay. So do you want to counterspell? You now can.
If Laraminus isn't in range, then yeah.
Jebel's
Far outside of range.
potentially in range. Jebel, how high up were you? Were you off the ground? I know you're an air elemental, but...
I wasn't off the ground, and my counterspell is with my staff.
No. True. That's true. You can't activate items while you're in wild shape. Okay, so never mind. So yeah, it's all up to you, Cyrus. Are you gonna counterspell him?
Yeah, I will do a... how far away am I? Is it 16 or...
You're at 55 away from him.
Okay. Yeah, then I will subtle counterspell. It's better than taking the risk.
Okay. you subtle counterspell, you counterspell him, and you're going to see almost mirth enter his eyes. Now, he can drop as many points on a turn as he wants, right? Technically? Like, once per spell, but... He
I think you can only take one legendary action. For legendary actions?
This wasn't a legendary. This is Carasoth's turn.
Okay.
He just quickened a spell to cast it as a bonus action. Can he still cast another spell?
As long as it's a cantrip. Unless the
He can
quicken
cast a
spell is a
cantrip.
cantrip.
Gotcha.
Unless he is playing by different rules, then...
No.
Assuming he's following sorcerer rules, he can use one mana magic per spell, with the exception of one mana magic, which allows others, which I don't know which one it is off the top of my head.
Yeah.
I know it's not quicken or
I just
subtle.
wanted to double check that if he wanted to, he could, like, quicken and also subtle.
Yes, that he can do. I've done that numerous times.
Okay. Alright.
He could even quicken subtle if he counterspell. He might counterspell through mind reading.
Yeah, he's not mind reading, I'll let you know that. He's been relying on that true sight. Alright. You're worth it, I think. So, he's going to have played a dirty trick on you so that he could blow his 9th. Alright, so, you...
I figured he might be a bluff, but it doesn't matter if it is or not, because if he subcasts it, I can't counterspell it either
No,
way,
it's
so-
okay. Look, you're burning his resources. He just blew 3 sorcery points this round and a 9th level spell slot, so... Suffice it to say, he's upset. Or maybe not upset, he's taking this seriously.
Alright.
There's,
And so that's the polymorph gone then?
Yes, he's going to burn your polymorph. You become
right.
normal Cyrus once again.
What did he roll?
He didn't, but I mean, I can. He used a 9th level.
Oh, if he used the 9th level, yeah, no, that's fine.
he burned his
I'm fine burning his 9th level spell, as long as that's what it took.
Alright, so there goes
He can
Fast
see
Resistance.
that there is a full-size adult gold dragon in front of, like, ghostly around this half-dragon halfling. He goes, okay, true polymorph. Got it. Fucking 9th level Dispel Magic.
I'm gonna need a few minutes to get my shoot back to normal.
That's fine, that's fine. He's not doing it. He's used all of his resources except for his movement doing that. So I think he's going to, just be menacing. Like, he doesn't know what you're planning, but he's just, can't be as menacing as I want him to be. He's too smart. He's not going to go in the lightning.
Looming there. Menacingly!
Oh, he doesn't have to go there, though. He can go here instead. Because that'll still be within the opportunity attacks if you guys try to move, because he thinks you might do that.
So he also comes down,
Yes, he comes down as well.
like,
so
close enough that he'd be able to hit us. Cool.
You're, what, you said 50 up or something like that? 30?
Whatever was, like, just above the wall.
Right,
I
20, so
stayed
you were,
whatever
you were
height,
25
so-
up. And so he can move 90, and he was at 105, so yeah, he can just move, so he's
Yeah.
looming above you.
Makes sense.
At, 35, or whatever.
It's a good thing I was already planning to subtle my spell.
I suddenly remember all of my Arcana lessons. These dragons are weirdly bad at magic.
And
They don't
I
need
think,
to be good at magic. They just do it. You think of the thing and it happens. Like, why do you need to?
So I think as he comes down, he just sort of flexes his massive claws and says,
Know that we're all being honest with one another.
is much closer than Laramentus ever wanted to get to really any dragon, honestly. But
Now it's time for the surprise complication.
What are you talking about? You rode on a dragon.
that doesn't mean he wanted to. He did not have a good time on that trip. He only stayed on because he was tied. He was dangling back behind everything
Alright.
for like a day.
That must have been terrifying.
I think you probably appear here. So, there's going to be a snap, crackle, pop in the air as dark fumes explode, appearing out of nowhere, and as the sparks and smoke falls away, you're going to see the familiar sight of the Red Abishai.
Well, at least I'm not still a dragon.
That's true. That could have gone poorly. And you're going to hear him hiss at Carasoth as he says, "Honored one, it seems that your brood was late in responding. I have encouraged their cooperation for you on behalf of our benefactor." And as he says that, quiet, you're wrong. S, what is the order of the alphabet? S, B, A, E, O. Need. Red dragon. Red dragon. Anyway, red dragons are gonna jump. Once I can find these goddamn tokens. Alright, we're just up here. Second. Don't mind me, it's not actually 2 more Carasoths.
It's actually 8 more.
Yeah. Alright. No momento, por favor.
That bastard that has my swords better not show up.
God, wouldn't that be bad? You guys would have to determine what you wanted to do about him.
No, I'd look at him and be like, "You have my swords. This is unacceptable."
This is unacceptable.
It is. He knows how much I love those fuckers.
There we go.
My draconic form didn't even take a single point of damage.
Which what? What? Oh, nice. Sorry about that. No, wait. No, I'm not.
No, it did its main job, which was giving better saving throws to force them to do bad things.
It's true. There's burned a lot of my legendary resistances, bastard. Alright, so the Abishai is going to appear, is going to say this, not concealed, to Carasoth, and it is going to indicate out to the east, as you're going to see 3 red dragons approaching, their eyes all dimly glowing, not blue, but I think that there would just be like this dark light around them, like an absence of light almost, like a pulling in, I think, to indicate there is a fiendish influence upon them.
I feel like this is supposed to happen at the top of round 5, because at the dawn of the 5th turn, look to the east.
Shut the fuck up. I say when shit happens around here.
You tried.
Anyway, so they're gonna get there. I'm just gonna quickly modify the initiative here. Carasoth. You dragons.
Carasoth fuckers.
Alright, so they're gonna go in there. That's their turn, is them, like, appearing and approaching, basically.
Jesus.
Do I remember if the Abishai's mind control ability is a concentration thing or a duration thing?
No, I have to. But you, roll. Why bother rolling? You're gonna say roll Arcana, but no. Fuck me.
Yeah, I'm gonna use my inspiration.
Get fucked, Sam.
That's now a 35.
Get fucked, me.
It had been a 25, which I would have argued is not enough.
Ah, damn it, I have to click Legacy on this, too.
Yep. On everything, all the time, forever.
Uh-huh. Okay, so let's see here. No, it's... Okay. It is not concentration.
Okay.
So attacking the Abishai will not end it. You also know with a 35 that a single Abishai can only control a single dragon per use of the ability. So either they use the ability 3 times or more Abishai helped out, but it's not... I don't think it's possible to know which it was.
Yeah.
Either way, they're individual things that have their own durations, and they're not attached to concentration.
Cool.
Yeah, it technically... Okay, alright. Anyway, so that appears. Very clearly, all of you know that someone of the Fiendish Persuasion is very interested in Carasoth not losing this fight. After them, it's Jebel. Haha! Ha! We don't start with Jebel next time.
Only if we hurry.
We can take a slow turn.
Jebel!
I
you
could.
sure?
This is a
I'd have to
20
not do
minutes.
his turn for like 20 minutes.
just humming and hawing now for 20 minutes.
No hemming and hawing. Take your turn.
I do have a question, just to clarify something.
Okay.
When you cast concentration spell that you can sort of maintain
Yeah.
an effect from,
Yeah.
does that cast as casting a spell? Does that count as casting a spell?
I believe that it's basically a recast. So it when you use your action or bonus action or what have you to gain the effect of maintaining the spell, like concentrating on it doesn't count as casting a spell for purposes of counterspell, but you could be dispelled or hit because you have to make concentration checks as long as you're holding it. But once you reactivate its ability on a subsequent turn, I do believe that is like a separate casting of the spell for purposes of counterspell.
I don't think that's casting a spell, because it usually just says, like, as a bonus action on your turn you can do this, or as an action on your turn you can do this. And casting a spell is a specific type of action. I don't think you're recasting the spell, because you're not spending spell slots to do anything like that. You spend the spell slot to cast it in the first place. What are you actually...
Like,
what's
hasted
the...
actions as well.
What? What about the haste
So
action?
So I can cast a spell with my normal action, but I can't cast with my hasted action.
Correct.
Right.
But can I use my hasted action to like maintain the effect of a spell, and then use my normal action to cast another spell? I don't know if that's
Not according to the list of
No.
things that the hasted action can do. Like, the hasted action can very specifically, as we've gone over a couple times here, because it is hard to remember, it can let you disengage, hide, or dash, or it can let you make a single attack or activate an item. But that's
Okay.
use an object.
That's fine. So what I want to do is I want to drop Wild Shape.
Okay.
I want to grab a potion from my backpack and drink it.
Is dropping Wild Shape also a bonus action, or is that a non-action? And you said you were at ground level, right? You said you were at ground level when I asked earlier where the air elemental was?
Oh yeah, I didn't fly.
Okay.
You can revert to your normal form earlier by using a bonus action on your turn. But
Okay.
let me just check if the Moon Druids... No, the Moon Druids combat wild shape doesn't change that at all. It just changes
That they can go into
turning
it as a
into it.
bonus action.
Yeah.
Alright, so you can use your bonus action to end the Wild Shape if that's what you would like.
Yes. And then
Okay.
I want to grab a potion from my backpack.
Yep. For simplicity, we'll just say that you could, if you want to do that's the action, like the hasted action, you use the potion.
Right. Just 1 second now. Where are we?
Yeah, a little loud, isn't it? Better.
Right. Who is near me now?
Near you. Oops. Near you now, nearest you, are these three people, but they are nearness is defined by Yuki is 35 away, Firementis is 40, and Cyrus is 50.
And you do remember that you heard Yuki over the bond. He plans to go after Shisharan with Dimension Door.
Yep.
Wait, which one of these people is me?
You can take one person with you if you're going to Dimension Door.
Which one of these people
You're
is
the
me?
one right to the left of the big red dragon.
Right to the left.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're directly
You have the
to
two
the
triangles
left
on.
of the, yeah.
The Oh yeah. Okay. Well, he's right beside me.
He's, I think, like 30 feet up.
30 to 35. I think he's 35 feet up just because,
Okay.
like, he wants you closer to the edge of his range so you're more likely to trigger it.
Yeah.
I'm going to cast a spell.
Are you doing it, obviously?
Where?
No, because druids don't.
Even
Druids.
when they're not wild-shaped?
Obviously. Or archdruids don't.
Archdruids,
Right.
no verbal or somatic components.
Oh, okay, then, so you're not obvious about your spellcasting.
No.
Didn't even know that. Neat.
Nice, you always subtle cast.
Yeah, it changes their spell requirements so that there's just no questioning that they can cast spells in any form they take.
Yeah, you gain this benefit in both your normal shape and your beast shape from wild shape.
Yeah. So, okay, then, yeah, there isn't really a tell here. There's no verbal or somatic components.
That's even better. And you also recognize material as long as they're not costly.
Yeah. Because that would be part of the using the item to do a somatic component, basically.
Yeah, but so it's subtle casting plus.
It's subtle casting for free, so it's better there too.
Yeah.
Powerful. It's powerful. Okay, so you subtle cast Carasoth.
Yeah.
It doesn't stop you. I don't know. Is the Abishai reading minds? Maybe. It has infernal telepathy, but we're gonna say no. Double sight. Yeah. Okay. So, anyway, nobody seems to stop you.
Okay.
That me.
Take it out. I have to keep track of this now.
10 minutes is enough for Bassy to get his attacks off.
I could do more on my turn. I don't have more to do on my turn, but I could. I think Bigby's hand can still punch.
I mean, it technically can, yeah. It's able to get farther away from you than its casting distance, right?
I believe so.
It's not, like, tied to you. Like stupid fucking Liamon's, or fucking tensor splitting disc, excuse me.
How many is that now? 8, 9.
Yeah, it doesn't say anything about being tied to a specific distance.
Cool.
So,
Just making sure it's not gonna suddenly poof because you got too far away from it.
yeah, until somebody dispels it. Or I lose concentration.
The dragons have been interested in dispelling the people who have multiple magical effects on them. They seem somewhat unconcerned with the big hand that
That's fair.
sucker punched one of them.
There
once.
are more concerning things than the hand that, like, slapped the dragon and didn't do shit.
Bala's about to have a not good day, though, since she and Raiken are stuck there.
And Raiken's free.
And Raiken's
how-
free. I had a feeling you wouldn't have a problem ending it. The DC is decent, but, you know, only for not you.
I
might be able to have the hand
Cyrus.
move like him.
Yeah, I have plus 15 con.
Yeah. We need like a fucking 7 to end it. Alright, come on. Jeb, what's the number?
So Carasoth needs to make a Constitution saving throw.
Okay. Done well so far. 23?
Oh, that is exactly.
Okay, so he makes it.
Yeah.
I'm sitting here going, does he finally lose one of his legendary resistances? Okay, so he makes it. What happens?
He takes 41 points of necrotic damage.
Owie, is that after being halved?
That's after being halved.
Blight my giant dragon?
Level 9th level blight.
Jesus fucking Christ.
Well, that'll do it.
41 points of necrotic damage. Oh my god.
Oh,
So
I wish you-
this gnome just appears from a whirlwind of nothing, and then looks up at the dragon, who just.
Am I still invisible though?
The
Yeah,
only thing
he's
that
got
ends
Oh, but he
greater
can see me.
invisibility is spell or time or duration. Like, nothing you do can end greater invisibility. Which is why greater invisibility is so goddamn frustrating in Baldur's Gate, because they're just like, oh, you did an action, we're going to roll that against your thing. It's like, why? That's not how greater invisibility works. One thing greater
that's
invisibility ends. It's like, cool, thanks.
that's
Bonus
regular
for greater
invisibility.
Yeah.
right?
That
Yeah.
spell is 2 levels lower.
Yeah.
Regular visibility ends when you do nothing.
Yeah. Yeah. Regular invisibility ends when you think about it. Okay.
Yeah, it speeds up the reaction.
Exactly. Alright, so, yeah, all of a sudden, you guys just see, like, the scales all over, Carasoth's body seem to simultaneously begin to lose their luster and, like, shrink in. Like, all of a sudden, his skin is too big, it begins to sag in places. Not a lot, but noticeably, as his body is drained of fluid.
Yeah, you didn't need that.
Bodily fluids.
Those are optional.
He's just gonna... Yes? Sorry. Thought that was somebody knocking. Cough, dryly, and say,
A more powerful brew than your friend.
As he looks down upon you, assuming that you, he's gonna assume that you did it since you're the one still standing close by, you're probably just looking.
Wait, what did he say?
A more powerful brew than your friend. Who Bendar had hit him with 2 goo bombs, and he seemed underwhelmed by their effects. He's still acting like somebody's feeding him alcohol. Okay, so, that it for your turn?
That is my turn.
Alright, I'm gonna rush through Laramendus here, we got this.
Okay.
Because I will forget that Yukigaze needs to do his thing start of next turn,
Yeah.
otherwise.
So I would like the Bigby's hand. I would like to use my bonus action to have Bigby's hand move to Raiken and push him out of the lightning.
How far can Bigby's hand move?
So, if is he allowed to fail? It's an athletics check for me to push him. I do have advantage on this check.
Hilariously, when he was stunned, he would have automatically failed. Yes, technically people can choose to fail.
So if you succeed, the hand pushes the target up to 5 feet plus a number of feet equal to 5 times your spellcasting ability modifier, which is 5.
How
far? So I can push him up to 30 feet.
Okay.
And so as the hand is rushing towards Raiken, Laramendus is like, how far do you want to go?
How far can the hand move? It has to go around Shisharin.
It can go 60 feet.
It can go 60. Okay. So 20... 30... 50 feet to get there.
It almost didn't make it.
That's why I'm like every time. I'm like, I need to know if it can even get there. Hold on.
Yeah, it moves 60 feet.
Because both of them are on the ground now.
Oh right, that's true.
Yeah.
No, just like sneaking under.
Yeah, exactly. Because I thought about that. It's like, no, they both got immobilized, so they're both on the ground.
How far do you want to go? As the hand is rushing at you.
Get me out of the blast radius.
Son of a bitch.
I don't know that Laramendus knows how far that is.
He'll just like guesstimate. He'll be like 15. Let's do 15.
Okay. You see, as you say like 15, the hand slows down a little bit. And then you get
high-fived in the face.
Furthest travel by high five has a new record.
I was about to say,
I do think that this is going to mean that the hand is going to die because it's going to get hit by lightning. But I feel like that's a reasonable trade.
I don't think it'll one-shot you. You'll be fine.
We'll find out. I was so excited to zap Raiken, have his own god's element used against him, as both he and Bala are stuck in the spot together. It was so poetical, and then
it was very poetic.
They were fighting like men, and then until you came in and fucked it all up. They were locked in honorable combats.
Well, one side was honorable, the other side was not so much.
And then I use my last metamagic point to subtle cast a Dimension Door.
Alright, so how much face damage does he high-five into Raiken?
He doesn't.
Oh.
The pushing one doesn't do any damage.
Oh my gosh.
So you can push, doesn't do any damage. You can punch, that does damage. You can grapple, and that does damage if you then spend actions to squeeze. Or you can have it float in front of you and give you cover.
So yeah, you get high-fived right out of the lightning ball area. You're next to
Nice.
Kubriel again. She says, "I was worried for you, my ally."
Don't worry.
Love Bigby's hand.
We've got this. Let's finish her off.
Fucking fuck you. Alright, let's do this.
So then I use
now that you've
my-
ruined my murder of Yukikaze, let's go ruin my black dragon.
I use my last meta magic point to subtle cast Dimension Door,
Good
fourth
plan,
level
good
spell,
plan, good
and
plan.
I bring us over to Shisharan. Yukikaze is a place such that Shisharan's in the way of Bala, and I am just on the other side of him because there's no good place for me to be in this place.
Right there.
So I'm sad. This isn't going to go great for me.
That'll do it. Alright.
But I put people in the places they needed to go, which, you know, to be that's the best I could
You
hope
get the
for.
three red dragons coming from.
Yeah, that was not part of my plan.
Hey, buddy.
So, I have a question.
What is it?
Can
One of us
flying
might have an
cre-
answer.
Can flying creatures be knocked prone?
Yes. When they get
Yeah.
knocked prone, they fall out of the sky.
Is Shisharan flying?
Yeah,
Oh.
she had flown up earlier, if you recall, so that she could drop a lot of acid on you guys. So I'd say she's, I don't know, 50, 60 feet up.
So I would not knock her prone until your last attack, though,
Yeah, that's my goal.
because otherwise you wouldn't be able to continue hitting her, and also you would see Vala. But the last attack, knock her prone, make her take some damage. It'd be funny.
It'd be funny. Fucking kill my poor
She
black
dies
dragon.
from the fall.
The legendary dragon
Oh.
that I kind of began the story with. Technically, Bala was added later.
Yeah, he killed half my fucking family.
Yeah, she's really proud of that.
Yeah.
And that's why she had a delicious snack earlier.
Yeah. So she
Like she blew up instead of Carasoth.
All right, so here's what's going on: is she's trying to distance herself from the battle. She keeps looking back to try and decide what her move might be, and then all of a sudden, poof! A flash of light, and the two of you are there. And one of the two of you is Yukikaze, wearing the full Bahamut set, platinum wings spread wide,
Weapon glowing.
weapon glowing.
His branding smite is on.
Yeah, of course. So, and you just see, like, you know, when a cat kind of determines what it's going to pounce on and its eyes get really big? Hers just constrict down to nothing.
The opposite of that.
Yeah. She is not ready to pounce on this.
Alright.
When the cat realizes in the air that it's miscalculated the distance of the jump.
You just hear a hiss of ancient draconic that you think roughly translates to Bahamut's dragging testicles.
It's kind of funny because I am using my cat's eye dice.
Pad tie?
Cat's
Cat
eye.
Cat's eye.
Stone dice.
I was like, how is this related? Why do you have dice that remind you of
Pad
dragon
tie
testicles?
dice.
They're actually gorgeous looking.
Couldn't get
Alright.
buy a ticket with a diamond the size of a testicle. I happen to have my hands on a few. Tickets.
I imagine pad thai dice would have little tiny noodles in them.
It'd be good.
Eggs and coconut.
Yep.
Or,
Mhm.
coconut. Alright, come on. Rolls.
Oh, it says
Kill this
before or
dragon.
after the roll. It says before or after the roll, so...
What?
Oh, so let's think about using precision to make sure I hit.
Okay.
So...
Yeah, so you roll, you look at the die, you go, is that high enough, or do I want a precision?
Yeah.
I don't tell you shit.
No, that's definitely high enough.
Okay, then you don't need a precision. Oh, my dragon HP here. I'm gonna watch it disappear.
Alright.
Show you a magic trick. I'm gonna make this dragon disappear.
I am gonna be pretty mean, so...
You should be.
I'm gonna use...
This dragon is also very mean.
I'm gonna use distracting strike. Wait, can I? That's right. I can use it on only one per hit.
Right, you only get one maneuver per attack. Per hit.
Yeah.
Per attack roll, not per attack action.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Okay. So I doubt myself for a minute. So yeah, I'm gonna do distracting strike for my first one, which is also gonna have the smite on it.
Okay.
Alright. So
What's the to hit?
30.
You hit. What is the damage?
Alright. Well, that's a letdown. Alright. That's not. 16, 17, 18. Two. 6. Really? 4 4s in a row? Jeez. Couldn't give me a 6. So that'll be 30 damage for the first hit.
Alright. 13 magical. Is this with the rapier, so piercing? And not that it really matters, but just checking.
Yeah, it's the rapier. I didn't want to use my bonus set because I used it for branding smite, so it's still rapier from earlier.
Okay. That's fine. So 30 total. That's with the branding smite?
30 total. That's with the disarming or distracting strike bonus.
Yep.
And the branding smite.
So, what are the effects of the branding smite? Effects of the branding smite?
I don't think there was anything bonus to it other than just the radiant damage.
I thought it, gave them an effect ongoing, but okay. And the effect of
The next
distracting
hit on
strike.
a creature with a weapon attack before the spell ends, the weapon gleams with natural radiance as you strike. The attack deals an extra 2d6, but I did it for 3rd level 1, so that's 3d6.
Okay.
Radiant damage to target, which becomes visible if it is invisible, and the target sheds a dim light of 5 feet. So it had,
Okay. Yeah, so she's glowing now.
Glowing a little bit.
Yeah. Okay.
So it did have it
And
on
the
hit.
distracting strike means that you have advantage on the next hit, or somebody else
other-
does. Yeah.
Other people have advantage
Okay.
until my next turn.
Gotcha. Okay. So, second attack out of 4.
Alright.
I don't know if she's gonna make it.
Well, that's why you turned her into the beacon, so that when she falls,
Everyone
prone
sees
from
it.
the last, everyone sees this dragon start glowing and fall out of the sky. The army goes fucking wild because you're alone there. They can't see me.
He just appeared out of nowhere and blasted this dragon into next.
Champion Bahamut appears out of nowhere and slaps the shit out of her.
Yep.
After having just blown her up.
Yeah.
It's real good optics.
All happening in 24 seconds.
If only you had a cult who really already thought you were the bee's knees.
Only a
I
20.
mean, we are, so.
Only a 20?
Only a 21.
21. 21's gonna miss.
Okay.
Charon's harder to hit than the other dragons. Less Carasoth. Carasoth is the hardest
Oh,
to hit.
yeah. Definitely not dodging that one. 32.
32 hits.
Alright.
Maybe her odds of surviving just went up significantly.
Are you doing another maneuver?
16 piercing damage.
Are you doing a maneuver to deal some more damage?
I was gonna do it just on the trip. I wanted to have a couple left over.
I have a spell that gives you them all back. Spend them freely.
Go
So
nuts.
if with that knowledge you would have precision attacked for the previous one,
Fair.
because the
But remember,
the spell on anyone other
he has to
than-
choose if he precision attacks before I tell him if it hits or not, though. So
Right.
unfortunately, it would.
No, it says there before or after I roll.
After you roll, but before you know the result.
But before any effect.
Did we know what her AC was beforehand?
You don't. I still haven't told you the AC. I just told you the 21.
I was wondering if we knew what the minimum that we've seen hit was.
Oh, I don't know.
I don't remember.
Oh,
what the minimum we've seen hit was.
we know that 21 is not the minimum.
Well, I believe the minimum we've seen is 22.
Alright, so I guess okay, so I'll use there's no point in doing that one. I guess I'll just apply another distracting strike, because none of my other strikes really do any other effect.
Ripping attack?
I don't want to do that, because if I do end up knocking her prone, I won't be able to hit her the last time.
Oh. Okay. But aren't you already applying precision? If this is the second attack, or is this the third attack you're talking about?
Third.
Oh, okay.
I got one more.
I think he's saying he didn't do precision attack
Yeah,
on the
okay.
second one because
Just needed to be clear.
we
Okay.
heard the answer.
Okay, then fair. All right. So you're gonna try and do another distracting. So you got.
Yeah, on the third one, we'll apply a distracting.
All right.
So
So
that,
that adds damage.
so that instead of a 16, that last one was 26.
Okay, so 10 more points of damage.
Yep. All right.
Okay.
Final attack. Let's hope I roll good. And I do 26 to hit.
So this is when you trip attack.
And yep, this is where I'll trip attack. Making sure I mark my superiority. Sorry.
Mm-hmm.
Nice. So that will be. Oh, didn't roll my d8. Math, can't math. 27 damage.
27 damage.
And she has to make a DC 19 strength.
Fails. Falls out of the sky, plummeting to the ground and receiving 5d6 falling damage. I'm doing all this to figure out how fucked up she is, because when you hit her with that last attack, she only had 2 HP left.
Oh, damn.
Yeah. And 21 points of falling damage as she falls on this mostly destroyed building below her. A huge plume of debris smoke rushing out like a pyroclasm as she hits the building, and it collapses in under her massive weight. Her great wings, black and green and bone white in places, slamming into the ground after her, bent at impossible angles. No one can mistake this glowing dragon for being alive. She is incredibly dead.
Several blood-curdling screams underneath her tells you killed many people in that building.
Raiken, you asshole! Don't say that.
There is a momentary silence that falls around you. A hush seems to fall over the battlefield as the rumble of her massive body quakes across the battlefield. As you see several dozen soldiers, looking up and over, slightly distracted from their battle against the harrying dragons above them and around them, as they see the body of Shisharan splayed out over this building, unmoving. And in this pause, even the dragons harrying them seem to stop and look over as well. You can see at this great distance the Abishai who just appeared, hovering in midair aloft on his wings, but the rest of his body very straight, as though he were standing on the ground, hands folded in front of him, kind of like a minister, as he turns in the air and looks down upon Shisharan's body, and you just see him shaking his head. But there's no, sadness to his features. He looks disappointed.
Of course.
After a few seconds of this shock going through the creatures present here, a cheer is going to begin to rise from the soldiers, and many of them are going to begin swinging more forcefully, shouting maneuvers to each other, really trying to take advantage of this momentary pause where the dragons were also distracted, trying to rally before the dragons can regain their footing on this. And you hear the bellowing cries of multiple black dragons, clearly Shisharan's brood, as several of them begin belching acid out of the field, while some others simply take off and begin fleeing the battlefield, without their mother or grandmother or great-grandmother, yada yada, to lead them in this fight into this new era with Shisharan. They seem as though many of them have their resolve broken. And that's where we're going to pause it for next time.
Ooh.
We'll start at the top of the order.
Kubriel.
Lightning. And then
yes,
Kubriel.
we will do the lightning first.
Yeah. I just say you're like Kubriel, and I was like, no.
I'm gonna add the lightning up here just so that everybody knows when it happens. So might as well just add it in. Lightning. Okay. Yes. There we go. Round 5 begins with lightning, and one fewer child of Tiamat active on the battlefield, because she is still on the battlefield.
You should change your initiative score to dead.
Fair enough. Dead. Big X. Big X on Shisharan. The first to fall was in fact not Bala. I really did think that there was going to be a focus fire on Bala that would leave her dead first. So
There was going to be, then Diamond went off and made Shisharan the easy target.
Well,
But
also we do have...
Shisharan needed to die first.
Yeah, exactly. We do have Vendetta on Shisharan as well. So it was gonna be either of the two.
I guess Raiken wasn't as motivated as I was.
Oh, that's what you get later.
I'm pretty sure the big difference was the fact that you had a bundle of dynamite.
Yeah, that just shows Raiken's lack of motivation. He didn't possess a bundle of dynamite. If he was motivated...
Hold on a second here. Raiken is essentially fighting Bala
soloing the dragon.
Other than Kubriel and some help here and there.
Hey, I've been shooting at Bala when I can.
I blew her up with a stick of dynamite.
And that's why I said and help here and there. But for the most part, he's battling one-on-one with Bala, and he wouldn't want it any other way.
Oh, sure.
Well,
The 100-something points of damage from the meteor dropped on her head.
Yeah, I think honestly, I think Bala's taken more damage from other sources than Shisharan did. Yukikaze did the vast majority of Shisharan's damage.
Shisharan was doing real good until she got hit with almost 600 points of damage from a bundle of dynamite.
Real
in her
impact
mouth.
to do it.
Which is technically another source.
Yeah, he was the one who did the dynamite, though. I mean, I gave it to him, but...
Alright, let's not quibble and argue over who killed whom.
This is supposed to be a happy occasion.
No. This is like a key part of our party dynamic here.
I mean, what is this, like, the count battle between Gimli and Legolas?
I was gonna say, somebody in the army says, that still only counts as one.
I mean, if you're gonna say that the dynamite wasn't Yukikaze, then I did most of the damage in this fight.
I don't find that acceptable.
I don't think you were asked.
It's like, what killed the dragons? Progress.
Yes.
The sound of progress, my friend. Alright.
Progress sounds deadly.
Progress is deadly. Alright. Well, there we have it. The battle most assuredly turning in the favor of the party. We'll see if these red dragons arrive in time to make any difference.
I got a plan that I'm hoping will work for that.
Oh.
Your plans scare me.
They should. I do like the Abishai just sort of sitting up there like the sycophant. Kind of imagine him as
So the
sycophant,
Abishai is
actually.
controlling at least one of those dragons, right?
So all of them would be charmed. He's not directly controlling any of them. So killing him doesn't change the fact that they're charmed.
Yeah, but he can tell them what to do and they'll do it, right?
That is potentially correct. He does have the
There's
power to do that. You don't know if he is the one controlling those dragons, but he could be.
Well,
I just
got a
imagining-
tool that I didn't know if I was going to get to use that I think I am going to be able to use now.
I'm just imagining Wendar with, like, pilot sunglasses and a cigar. As it says, progress.
Progress.
You're like,
I am basically Iron Man now.
Gonna Kenny Loggins this.
Yeah, your Iron Man if you actually
helping
decided
me.
your Iron Man if you decided to keep working with Stain.
yeah.
I'm more like Howard Stark.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
By
Yeah.
that,
You terrible people. Alright.
don't say anything different.
That being the case, we will move one step closer to the end of this 10 years campaign. Next time
Wild.
on Everybody Loves Raiken. Bye, stream.
Bye bye.
Bye, Screen.
Bye.